Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. Listen, first half, absolutely diabolical from both sides. Just one of the most boring first halves I think I've seen in quite some time. But what a second half, eh? What a second half. I said this in the preview for this match. That there would be mistakes, there'd be errors, there'd be highs, there'd be lows, and this game had it all in the second half. It really did. For the team-wise, again, fantastic. We finally got a result that we can start to try and keep getting the ball rolling now. It's not been the best of starts to the season. 6 games in, we were nearly at one point facing a 50% loss rate in the season so far. 3 losses in the first 6 games would be cause for concern, to say the least. But that is not the case. We are now, is it 3 wins? 3 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. 10 points. We are in 5th place, and we are above, the likes of Liverpool. Man United, not really that much of a surprise. And only 3 points off of Manchester City. They're currently playing as I'm making this, and it's still 0-0 between them and Aston Villa. So I mean, should it stay that way? They're on 14 points. So we'd be 4 points off of Manchester City, who arguably are one of the contenders to win. And only 5 points off of Arsenal, which we won't go into that now. But in terms of this game, fantastic in terms of I do slag off Tuchel's substitution choices at times. You have the likes of Azpilicueta sometimes coming on really late. Jorginho was one of them today, and the less said about him, the better. In terms of Chilwell and HAVERTZ coming on, a masterclass in tactical play, in terms of substitution play. It's one of those instances where it just worked out perfectly. Chilwell giving Cucurella a run for his money, and he's saying, listen, you might have come in, you're a big money player, and you're coming for my spot. Chilwell couldn't have played any better if he tried when he came on. The composure. Thiago Silva's ball over the top. I think it was Thiago Silva, wasn't it? Thiago Silva's ball over the top. What a ball. Did kind of fortunately hit him in the back of the head, but the composure to instantly turn and know where the ball is going, along with the actual finish itself, masterful. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic composure. Fantastic finish from Chilwell. And then the assists, of course, to a man who has definitely struggled in the opening games of the season. We've showcased him. We've showcased Mason Mount, who, of course, as well came on as a sub. Didn't have quite the impact that HAVERTZ and Chilwell had. But for HAVERTZ, he was struggling the first 5 games, and he's come on as a sub. I was saying on the stream earlier that he tends to do better as a substitute, I feel. He's probably done better coming off of the bench. Excuse me. Over the last 2 years or so, he definitely has had better performances, I think, having come on as a super sub, so to speak. Just right place, right time, fantastic finish. HAVERTZ gets the ball rolling for him. His season is now up and underway. We were saying this before the game started. A lot of people were saying that the transfer window's closed. We're 5 games in. We're not having the best of times. But the window's closed. It's a fresh start. Everything's fresh. Clean slate, everything. And today kind of seemed that way, but HAVERTZ for sure will be looking at this and thinking, my season has begun now. I've been critical of him. I wouldn't say I've been harsh. I've been highlighting his flaws, and there have been plenty so far this season. We saw way more of a HAVERTZ that we've become used to from years by. As opposed to the one of the beginning of this season, who has not... He's been a shadow of himself, to say the least. Koulibaly makes me nervous. He makes me nervous when he's on the ball. He looks nervous on the ball. I don't know how to describe it. His ability on the ball is weird. It's still hard to tell how good of a player he will be for Chelsea as a Chelsea player in the however long he's going to be at the club. But his composure on the ball just is a little bit weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it makes me nervous. Is all I can say really. Fortunate to win in the end, obviously, with the big VAR decision. I will say, as a Chelsea fan, West Ham were hard done by, to say the least. They were absolutely done over by the VAR, much like we have been in the last, especially against Tottenham. So that's not to say we were hard done by as well. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's becoming ever apparent. VAR is just absolute pants. It's so bad. It is so bad. The whole system. Well, the system's not bad, but the people running it are just so poor, so inconsistent. How on earth that's a foul, I don't know. I just don't understand how on earth. Like, if that had been given against Chelsea, and we'd have ended up losing, I would have been. You would have been fuming. If Chelsea fan, City fan, United fan, any fan, you would be fuming. You would be fuming, and I'm agreeing with the vast majority of people that are saying that it should have been a goal. It should have been a goal. Mendy was caught out of. He was caught out. Again, he's struggling. He really is struggling. Really, really not confident with him in goal. Reece James with a really bizarre head back to him, putting him in danger anyway, putting him in a tricky situation to say the least. And I mean, lastly, conceding after scoring is just the new thing for Chelsea, isn't it? I mean, it has been in years by as well. That we can't score without conceding or turning to shit straight away. We just love to fall apart after scoring a goal. We've just made the comeback, we've equalised and then scored the winner, which ended up being the winner. It just all composure goes out the window and we concede again. It's becoming as bad a thing as like the disciplinary issues with like Loftus-Cheek getting booked within the first 10 minutes. Why is that happening? We've never really been in the last like 5 years or so. We've never really been a disciplinary sort of struggling type side. We're not a booking sort of side where we're getting bookings left, right, and centre. Red cards are not a thing at Chelsea. I've said this before when we've been having that two red cards in the first 5 games is ridiculous. And as soon as Loftus-Cheek got booked in the first 10 minutes, I thought, oh, that's that. He's going to get sent off. Thankfully, he didn't. But yeah, that's my summary of the game, pretty much. Still not convinced on Tuchel's plans this season. I'm very much Tuchel in, though. That said, I'm hoping that he can prove us wrong, or prove the doubters wrong. I very much class myself in that I'm doubtful. I don't doubt him, but I am doubtful of how long can he do these tactics for this season before he has to change them. If it doesn't work, when does it change? Obviously, there was a bit of changes here and there coming into this game. So, yeah, just still not convincing. But a win is a win nonetheless. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content coming up. If you're watching on TikTok, then feel free to follow and like. And yeah, Champions League coming up next on Tuesday. Be sure to check out the preview for that coming out in the next couple of days or so. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Up the Chelsea, and it's going to be a long season.